Before you create your first Azure policy, stop and think. Are you building guardrails or roadblocks? Azure Policy isn't just a technical feature, it's a strategic tool for shaping how your cloud environment grows, stays compliant, and remains secure over time. But without a solid design approach, even the most well intentioned policy can frustrate teams, break workflows, or get ignored entirely. In this lecture, you will shift from simply applying policies to designing them with purpose. Policies that work with your teams, scale with your organization, and reflect the values and goals of your business. Let's dive into the design principles that help you make Azure Policy not just powerful, but practical. As you begin designing Azure policies, your first instinct might be to lock everything down, but resist that temptation. Start light and build up using the principle of least control. Begin with audit mode so you can track real world behavior without disrupting users. This gives you a chance to observe, collect evidence, and build trust with teams before moving into enforcement modes like deny. Remember, your role is to enable secure practices, not frustrate your developers. Think of policies as guiding rails, not walls. Next, always align every policy with real business and compliance goals. Whether it's securing sensitive data, controlling cloud cost, or ensuring operational reliability, your policies should reflect organizational intent. Don't enforce rules just for the sake of control. Build them around a clear why. For instance, use region restrictions if you are bound by data residency laws, or require tagging for all resources if chargeback or budgeting is a concern. Let your policy speak the language of your business. To stay organized and scalable, you will want to group policies using initiatives. Rather than assigning dozens of individual policies, wrap them into meaningful bundles like security baselines, dev test guardrails, or production standards. This not only makes management easier, but also communicates purpose clearly to stakeholders. Initiatives give you the structure and visibility needed to maintain consistent governance across large environments. For even more flexibility, parameterize your policies. Instead of hard coding values like allowed locations or VM sizes, use parameters that let you customize the same policy across multiple scopes. This makes your policies modular, reusable, and adaptable, saving you from rework and reducing complexity when scaling governance across teams or regions. As you design, be intentional about the effect types you choose. Azure Policy provides several options. Use audit to track violations, deny to block non-compliant deployments, append to automatically add required fields like tags, and deploy if not exist to configure missing settings on the fly. Start with audit for awareness, escalate to deny when confident, and use deploy if not exist cautiously for automated remediation. Just remember, dying adds complexity, so test thoroughly before applying it at scale. Scope matters too. Always assign policies strategically, not too broad, not too narrow. While applying policies at the management group level can drive consistency, some use cases may require targeting just a subscription or even a single resource group. For example, you might apply a global tagging policy at the subscription level, while only enforcing region restrictions on production environments. As your policy library grows, make sure you keep it clean and maintainable. Use consistent naming conventions so policies are easy to identify and understand. Include descriptions and owner tags so others can find and manage them confidently. And don't forget to retire outdated or unused policies. Sustainable governance is clean governance. Your success also depends on how well you design for the developer experience. Avoid surprise failures and confusing blocks. Instead, write clear policy descriptions, explain what needs to be fixed, and, where possible, Provide remediation guidance. When developers feel supported instead of restricted, they're far more likely to embrace and comply with governance. Lastly, don't treat your policy framework as set and forget. You must monitor and iterate. Use the Azure Policy Compliance Blade to assess what's working and what's not. Track trends, spot patterns, and adjust your policies as your environment and business evolve. Great governance is a living system, not a one-time setup. So, what's your key takeaway? When you apply Azure Policy design principles, you build governance that's strategic, scalable, and respected. It's not about saying no, it's about saying yes responsibly. As you grow, your policy design becomes the silent guardian of cloud consistency, compliance, and clarity.